Welcome to World History Lesson 22, Latin American Revolution. Our lesson objectives are: identify the key leaders in the Latin American Revolution, identify key events that inspired the Latin American revolutions, identify key figures who aided and hindered the Latin American revolutions. Latin America provided Spain with vast riches and almost total power. Spain took advantage of the people living in their colonies and exploited the natural resources. The Creole population was very angry over the interference from the European governments. Seeing the successes of the French and American revolutions, Latin Americans saw the chance to revolt against Spain and France. Like other revolutions, the revolutions that the Latin Americans planned were violent. Toussaint Louverture, Simon Bolivar, José de San Martin, and Father Hidalgo would become known as the founding fathers of the Latin American nations. The South American colonists were led by two men, Simón Bolívar and José de San Martin. Bolívar led the revolutions in the northern part of South America, and San Martin led the revolts in the southern part of South America. These two men joined forces to fight and gain independence for South Americans. Father Miguel Hidalgo led the people of Mexico in their fight against Spain, but he would not live to see Mexico become an independent republic, which happened in 1824. Mexico was an unstable republic, and due to this, lost half of its republic to Texas. Texas became an independent republic before joining the United States. When Napoleon was defeated in Europe, the monarchs he replaced returned to power. The Spanish king wanted to reestablish the Spanish Empire in Latin America, but it was too late. Spain had lost their colonies in America, and when they tried to restore their power, the United States interfered. President of the United States, James Monroe, responded to the threat of European countries trying to assist Spain in regaining authority over Latin American colonies by sponsoring a document known as the Monroe Document. President Monroe would create and enforce the Monroe Doctrine in 1822. The Monroe Doctrine states that the United States would assist any country in the Western Hemisphere that was threatened by a European country. The Monroe Doctrine is still considered a major achievement of President Monroe. Fun fact: the Monroe Doctrine would be increased further under President Theodore Roosevelt and his Roosevelt Corollary. The Roosevelt Corollary stated that the United States would intervene in Latin American countries on behalf of the European powers to enforce legitimate European claims. Under the Roosevelt Corollary, as justification for U.S. intervention in Cuba, Nicaragua, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. This would be later changed with the Good Neighbor policy in the start of the Cold War. What next? Take the time to go back and review the lesson on your own. After your review, complete the lesson review for the lesson and submit for grading. Remember, your submission should follow all the rules for standard written English. All submissions must be written in your own words and sources used cited at the end. How to cite sources in APA format. When you reference a source within an APA-style paper, whether it is using a direct quote, repurposing an image, or simply referring to an idea or theory, you should insert an in-text citation, the author's surname, and the date of publication within parentheses, straight after a direct quote. The URL citationmachine.net will assist you in creating citations.